Today's iceberg comes from Narsak in Greenland, and when we got the iceberg, we put it on a ship and we shipped it over, a regular cargo ship, and of course we've fully carbon offset the journey. And it came, first of all, to Iceland, and it had to transfer to a different ship. And from there, it ended up having to go back because of bad weather, and then eventually we got it to Hull. And I tell you, that was the best WhatsApp message I've ever had when I got the message that the iceberg had cleared customs. Our message is that this iceberg is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the climate emergency. And when they're negotiating in the blue zone, it's really easy to forget the reality of climate change and instead focus on geopolitical interests, economic issues, finance, power, and yet the reality check is that this iceberg just is going to keep melting regardless of the negotiation that they come up with at the end of next week. However, perhaps if they come up with a good agreement, we will stop other icebergs melting. All science indications are showing that the Arctic is in crisis. And that's not just bad news for the polar bear, that's bad news for countries and societies everywhere. Because the Arctic is one of the major circulation systems of the planet and can amplify global warming significantly. Studies are showing that if we lose the snow and ice in the Arctic, we will amplify global warming by 25 to 40%. So it is one ecoregion that packs a big punch. And we felt that negotiators here had to actually come face to face with the Arctic. So we brought the iceberg. This is to remind them of how much is melting. So in 1 second, 17 million of these bottles are melting. Based on decadal average, based on some of the research that our scientists have done. So this is not a small amount. 17 million of these bottles a second are melting off the Greenland ice sheet based on the research that's been done. And what else can we say? This is a bottled warning, and they can't ignore this. So that's why we've brought the iceberg in the water to Glasgow.